is Gary Jones. I'm Director of Instrumental Music here at Marin School of the Arts in Nevada High School, and I'm so happy to welcome you to our final fireworks. We're going to start a culmination of an entire year of really, really hard work, and it's going to be a really exciting show. So without any further ado, here's Michael Rennie and the MSA String Orchestra.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Jones. Thank you, everyone, for being here. It's a special night. It's senior night, so very excited. And, we have a lot of emotions here on stage as well. I'm also very emotional because my parents are here visiting from South Africa, so it's a special night for me to. I'm not going to say much more. We're going to get started. Just to say a little bit, because the first person who's going to walk out, as you've probably seen under the program already, is Juniper Willett. And I remember very well when I was in my first year here. By the way, I feel like I'm graduating too, because this is also my fourth year. And I remember going to the first ever soiree, and I remember seeing Juniper sing the song, and I was like, that's a really good song. I was impressed. That's a beautiful song, and interesting and colorful. And I went to her afterwards, because I met her briefly in the orchestra by then, and she let me know it's an original song. I love to write songs, and she went on to perform it, I believe, every single soiree.
Yes.
After that, most of the time, if not all of the time, singing original songs that she wrote. And with no further ado, Juniper, please come up on stage. She has gone ahead and not just written a song that she would accompany herself on, but a song that she arranged for the entire orchestra. So it's a big achievement. Jenna, I'm going to hand over to you. Okay.
I've bought on many moments by the sea, sailed in my pockets away back down beneath. For my little voice cries closing in on sunlight. I've cut the forest in my rosemary road, hands in hand with my family, with the deep sand of soil and rain drenched, ever-growing evergreens, every neck-straining stare at the sky, climbing trees with two rhythmic feet and a wandering melody. I'd like to spoon-feed my songs, water songs to the to burn my soul to the redwoods. I know I'm ambitious. Your classic lady in Paris. I've sung the time to sleep. I've painted every shoreline and flowing fields so good. Closing in on sunlight, why must I choose safety or altitude? No in between with melting wax wings and so much to lose. I know I'm ambitious. Your classic lady in Paris.
That was beautiful, Juniper. Thank you. Thank you. Now, don't play some cello. This is a night of firsts, because that's certainly the first time since I've been here that we've performed an original composition. So thank you once again, Jim. Right over here is Maya Baranovsky, who is the principal of the orchestra, also the co-principal of the MSA orchestra. She's an amazing violinist. And this is another first because we will be doing an entire movement, the whole of the winter from the Four Seasons, the Vivaldi. Maya is going to be performing all of the solo parts. So it's certainly ambitious and something that we've never taken on yet in my tenure. So really excited to do it. Thank you, Maya, for being a part of this. would like to just quickly invite up the other seniors here of the night. Cruz, come on up. Maya, come on up. Kira and Juniper. Guys, I have just a little tiny thought for you as you leave these hallowed halls of MSA. So, wishing you all the very best. I'm getting emotional. Juniper, that's for you. And I can barely read through the tears. Cruz, and Maya, and I have a little something extra for you, Maya, as well. Very poorly wrapped, I'm sorry. But that's for you to enjoy it. Once again, MSA Orchestra, thank you so much.
Okay, while concert band makes their way calmly on stage and orchestra calmly exits stage, I'd like to take this time to get my thank yous in. I have a way of letting the night get away from me, and I'm just like, thank you everybody! But I have some very specific thank yous I'd like to go through. First of all, to the Novato School Board. Without them, this would not be possible. Our superintendent, Dr. Tracy Smith, and our amazing co-principals, Michelle Cortez and Allie Green. Let's have a big round of applause for our co-principals. And not only is Michelle our co-principal, she's also our beloved director of MSA. So thank you so much for all the help and support you've given me and our group throughout this year. You know, I have to just be a little bit emotional since this is our last concert of the year, and I was just watching orchestra beaming with pride from the wings, and it's kind of funny when you're the new person. You know, there's some growing pains, and it's really funny because I could tell there was such a great family vibe in the orchestra because they all looked at me like, "You're not Mr. Rennie, you're not Mr. V," but then they slowly accepted me. And it is just an absolute joy to watch them grow and get better at their instruments and do what you just heard. I mean, we had a singer, songwriter, composer, violin soloist all in one ensemble. It's absolutely fantastic. Going on with my thank yous. Shannon Morgan Miller. Can we have a huge round of applause for Shannon? Held my hand through this whole year. This would not be possible without her. This entire organization wouldn't be possible without her. Then I'd like to go to the next person, Margaret Starr, our beloved choral teacher, my co-teacher, who's not here today, but huge thank you. Huge thank you to all the MSA staff and faculty, incredible. And let's give a huge round of applause for our music boosters. I have some specific shout outs for the music boosters. Nicole Towns, Jen Schwartz, Rebecca Harris, Stephanie Diamond, Christine Golander, Mo Riley, and Leigh Young. So much help, so much fun. Can't wait for years of collaboration and really fun things to come. Okay, MSA Foundation, huge thank you. Without them, our guest artists wouldn't be possible, and everything we get to do here wouldn't be possible. Our instruments, the repairs, everything. So can we have a huge round of applause for the MSA Foundation. Okay, I'm sure there's more I'm missing, but we got a program to keep going on. So now we're at the concert band wind ensemble portion of our program, and we have a really fun piece for you with concert band. This is called Pulsation, a groove for Grove. It was written for Grove Middle School in Indiana. It is a piece that's in 4/4 and 6/8 throughout the entire piece, which means it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that is mixed meter, and your concert band is tearing it up. And we're gonna have some really fine soloists on this. We have Nicole on flute, and Kayla on clarinet. So please enjoy Pulsation, A Groove for Grove by Richard Salzado. How about a hand for our soloists, Nicole and Kayla? Okay, so now we're going to move on to our wind ensemble section. So, concert band, please exit. Okay, so while we're waiting for wind ensemble to make their way on stage, we're going to talk a little bit about our program for wind ensemble. So it's going to start with a piece called The Redwoods by Rosso Galante. And this piece, you know, I think as a New Yorker, the one thing when I moved up here that really blew my mind were our redwoods. Especially I went camping in Redwoods National Park, up in Crescent City area, and it was just absolutely spectacular. And how amazing is it that we have redwoods around here? So as soon as I saw this in the library, I was like, oh, we gotta do this. No brainer. And it's gonna really feature our woodwinds and our brass. So if Wind Ensemble could please make their way on stage. So here's your 2026 MSA Wind Ensemble! Okay, so I was talking to Miss Cortez earlier, and I said, you know, I was really excited about this concert, but I was also a little sad, because it means it's my last concert with this absolutely incredible bunch of student musicians. I was just blown away the second I got here in October and heard them, and I had to just keep it together in these rehearsals, because it's really, really fantastic. So here's the Redwoods, and we're gonna end with a really fun circus march called the Trombone King. So please enjoy your MSA Wind Ensemble. Okay, so now the wind ensemble is going to move into our CMAA positions. And we're going to bring the concert band out, and we're going to do an entire combined band. So in April, we got the chance to go to CMEA in Rancho Cotati High School, and we came back with a unanimous superior for our festival band. And it was really fun. We played 3 pieces. We did sight reading, and the band sounded amazing, and it was really fun to perform for judges and colleagues alike, and it was a great experience. So we're going to bring one of those pieces we did. This is a Robert Sheldon piece entitled Choreography. It's very virtuosic, really beautiful, and a lot of fun. He did it to kind of mimic different styles of dance, so there's some ballet, there's some modern, but overall it should just be grooving. So please enjoy Robert Sheldon's Choreography by the Marin Festival Band. applause for our trumpet soloist, Frank. And we have Miles Harris and Killer Reyes on the beautiful elbow and clarinet duo. Thank you so much. We're going to take a short intermission, enjoy the sax quartet and some refreshments, and we'll have jazz night. We're coming right at you in about 15 minutes. Thank you so much. In the excitement of how amazing the Marin Festival band sounded, I forgot one of the most important things I was supposed to do, which was honor our seniors in these ensembles. So please give it up for Genesis Vasquez, all 4 years at MSA do this. And we have Savannah Sparks, all 4 years MSA. And Annie Hamlin. Okay, let's give them a huge round of applause, everybody. 4 years at MSA. And we got one more. Liam Bruckner. Come on up. I was going to honor him as one, but let's just pour the love on our seniors. One more round of applause for our seniors. There's Emmy! Okay, thank you so much for being an awesome part of my first year at MSA. And now it is jazz o'clock. everybody. That was Nemo, on tenor saxophone. Cassie on tenor sax. Tio on keyboards. And that was Second Line, or Joe Avery Blues, made famous by the Jazz at Lincoln Center Orchestra under the direction of Wynton Marsalis. Your band learned that all by ear and played it completely from memory. And that's something we've been doing a lot in class. How about a round of applause for Jazz, too? All right, we're gonna keep it moving. We have a really, really nice arrangement of Softly as in a Morning Sunrise. This was arranged by Dave Ravello, who is a professor of music at the Eastman School of Music, and it's going to feature our bass player Eileen. It's going to feature Fernando on alto, Diego on trombone, our fantastic Indy's getting his drumming gloves on. We know we're in for it. Indy Say Hot and Donovan. Okay, here is Softly as in a Morning Sunrise. salsa tune called Pescados Frescos. And it's going to feature our rhythm section. It's going to feature Isabel Andrea on piano. It's going to feature Diego again on trombone, Fernando on alto. Who else? That's it. But it's a really, really fun arrangement. It was actually brought back by popular demand by some of our juniors. Like, please, Mr. Jones. And I heard it, and I was like, okay, let's do it. This is awesome. Okay, so please enjoy Pescados Frescos. Thank you so much. How about one more hand for our Jazz 2? Incredible year of jazz, everybody. Absolutely fantastic. Can it get better? All right, we're in for a treat. We've got Jazz 1 one coming up with a lot of really fun tunes. So a little story behind the set that we're doing for Jazz 1. After the last concert, we were sitting there, we were sight reading, and I said, okay, Eden Dunner kind of said, go into the jazz library and pick a tune. Guess what he picks? The hardest thing he could possibly find. Yep. And we read it, and I was like, hey, you guys want to play this at the concert? They're like, yeah, huh? So we got it. Okay, you got that one. Sing, Sang, Sung. 2, on Green Dolphin Street. One of the hardest tunes you could possibly pick. Okay? Kailash, Eden, we have to do this, Mr. Jones, on the program. We have a feature that Cash Anderson, our senior trombone player, picked, and then I had to pick one. I had to have some input. So we're doing a really fun Latin tune called. So this entire program is pretty much picked by these students, and it's so fun, and they play like they picked it, and we're going to be in for a real treat. So we're going to get settled in, and then we're going to kick it off with an amazing Gordon Goodwin tune entitled Sing Sang Sung, which is a ripoff of Sing Sing Sing. So we have our own Gene Krupa back there, and it's going to feature our saxophone section. And I'm going to just pretty much get out of the way. We're gonna soften things a bit, but not slow them down. Here's on Green Dolphin Street. This is a really cool arrangement. What Gordon did was he took his favorite Oscar Peterson solo, transcribed it, and gave it to some soloists. So we have our own Oscar Peterson, Kailash Bromwell on piano. You're gonna hear a lot of big pieces from her. But we also have our seniors. We've got Spencer on tenor, Jackson, and Cruz on flute. So this is On Green Dolphin Street. All our soloists in that last song, please stand up and be recognized. Kailash, Spencer, Jackson, Cruz. Okay, so now we're gonna really slow things down. And we're gonna do a combo tune actually. We're gonna feature two of our graduating seniors, Spencer and Cash, and they're gonna do a J.J. Johnson tune entitled Lament. And this was a song that J.J. wrote and recorded with another trombone player, Kai Winding. It's a track that I grew up listening to, and Cash came and said, "Hey, Mr. Jones, I really want to do this as my senior feature." And I got really excited because it's an awesome tune. I grew up listening to it, and I was like, well, let's do a duet with Spencer. It's gonna sound beautiful. And please enjoy a little respite and calm with Lament featuring Cash and Spencer. we have unfortunately come to the last tune of the night. But don't worry, we're going to send you out dancing. Okay, so here's Los Brujos de Casano by Matt Harris, featuring almost the entire band. Cruz, Jesse, Spencer, Ian, We'll see you later. Not goodbye. You're welcome back anytime. Welcome you.